This video outlines the installation procedure for both the Model 5000 and Model 6000 flow-through humidifiers. Though similar, the installation procedure of these models does differ somewhat. Please be sure to follow the installation procedure corresponding to the humidifier model you have purchased. For installation, technical help, or for parts and service, call our assistance line 1-800-465-7300. Monday to Friday between 8 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You will require the following tools for the installation. Selection of a location to mount the humidifier will depend on available space and furnace type. The selected location should be near a water supply, an electrical outlet which cannot be switched off, and a drain. Bypass-type furnace humidifiers rely on the pressure difference between the supply duct and return duct to create an airflow that forces air through the evaporator pad. When installing the Model 5000 humidifier, you may mount the humidifier cabinet on either the warm air supply duct or the cold air return duct and the bypass tube on the opposite duct. We recommend that if possible you install it on the return duct because your evaporator pad will last longer and the risk of damage to the unit from the high temperatures present near the supply duct is reduced. For Model 6000 humidifiers, the humidifier cabinet must be mounted on the cold air return duct and the bypass tube on the warm air supply duct. Turn off power to the furnace. Install the humidifier cabinet and bypass collar and damper before you make any electrical or water connections. If you have central air conditioning, take precautions not to damage the evaporator coil when drilling and cutting into the ductwork. The evaporator coil is generally installed just above the furnace in the supply duct. For Model 5000 humidifiers, if you are mounting the humidifier cabinet on the supply duct, ensure that the water supply and drain tubing and electrical wiring do not come in contact with the hot surfaces or sharp edges. These items should be inspected regularly and replaced at the first sign of wear resulting from the furnace's high temperatures. Once a location for mounting the humidifier has been selected, determine which side of the humidifier the bypass tube will be mounted on. Your humidifier has been set up as right-hand ducting at the factory. However, depending on your application, it may be necessary to switch it to left-hand ducting. Switch the ducting only if your application requires it. Remove the humidifier cover. To do so, loosen the screw at the bottom of the cover, tilt the cover away from the body, and then lift the cover to free the hooks at the top of the unit. Remove all loose components and any packaging which may have been packed inside the unit. With a firm pull, disconnect the water tube from the water nozzle and remove the evaporator pad assembly by sliding it towards the top of the cabinet and then lifting it out. With a short-handled screwdriver, remove two screws which hold the humidifier side in place. Lift the humidifier side out of the right-hand position, turn the part and position it on the other side of the humidifier. Secure the humidifier in the left-hand position with the two screws removed earlier. If you have a Model 6000, you must also do the following. Remove the humidistat console on the top of the cabinet by removing two screws that hold it in place. These are located on the inside of the cabinet's top wall. Take care not to damage the humidistat sensor at the end of the wire exiting the back of the humidistat console. Gently redirect the two red wires exiting the right-hand side of the humidistat console so that they exit the humidistat console from the left-hand side. The same side as the shorter black wires. Taking care not to pinch any wires and ensuring the humidistat sensor wire exits the humidistat console from the T-slot on the back of the console, replace the humidistat console on top of the humidifier cabinet and secure it in place using the two screws removed earlier. If you have not already done so, remove the humidifier cover, all loose components, and any packaging which may have been packed inside the unit, and disconnect the water tube from the nozzle. Remove the evaporator pad assembly by sliding it toward the top of the cabinet, and then lifting it out. Before mounting the Model 6000 humidifier on the furnace return duct, the humidistat sensor, located at the end of the wire extending from the back of the humidifier, must be secured in place. This is done by hooking the larger tab on the sensor housing into the top of the T-slot on the back of the humidifier and firmly bringing down the sensor housing until the smaller tabs on the sensor housing snap into the sides of the T-slot. Your unit comes with an easy-to-follow humidifier cabinet mounting template. Do the following to install the cabinet on the duct and ensure that the unit is installed level. Use adhesive tape to affix the template onto the duct in the selected location. Use the level line on the template to ensure that the cabinet will be level when mounted. Drill the 4 marked 1/8 inch cabinet mounting holes. Drill a 3/8 inch hole inside the rectangle marked humidifier cutout. Using the 3/8 inch hole drilled earlier as a starting point, cut out the area marked on the template with tin snips. Mount the humidifier cabinet on the duct with 4 of the screws from the installation package. Level the humidifier before tightening the screws. Replace the evaporator pad assembly by hooking the slanted tabs on the filter frame onto the tabs on the back of the humidifier cabinet. Make sure the hole in the nozzle on the top of the evaporator pad assembly is facing you. Firmly insert the water tube into the nozzle. Your unit comes with an easy-to-follow collar and damper mounting template. Do the following to install the bypass collar, damper, and bypass tube. Use adhesive tape to affix the bypass template onto the duct in the selected location. Drill 3 marked 1/8 inch bypass collar mounting holes. Drill a 3/8 inch hole inside the area marked collar cutout. Using the 3/8 inch hole drilled earlier as a starting point, cut out the collar cutout area marked on the template using tin snips. Mount the bypass collar and damper using the remaining 3 screws from the installation package. The air damper should be mounted in the open position, securing it with the top screw. Slide one of the spring clamps supplied over one end of the bypass tube. Slide this same end of the bypass tube over the flange of the collar and secure it with the spring clamp. Slide the other spring clamp over the other end of the bypass tube. Slide this end of the bypass tube onto the unit and secure it with the other spring clamp. Make sure the evaporator pad is installed correctly before making the water connections. All required hardware is supplied in the saddle valve kit in the installation package. Do the following to make the water connection to the humidifier, the valve connection to your water supply, and the required drain connection. Sand 1 1/4 inches of both ends of the 1/4 inch water supply tube. Failure to do so may result in leaks. Prepare the end of the 1/4 inch tubing with hardware for connection to the humidifier. Make the tube connection to the humidifier with an adjustable wrench to tighten the brass nut. Select a convenient location for connecting the self-piercing needle valve on a cold water pipe only and turn off the water supply to that pipe. As outlined in the manual, mount the needle valve on the pipe. Turn the valve closed all the way and then open it. Turn the water supply valve back on, check for leaks, and tighten connections if necessary. A drainage tube must be used with all flow-through humidifiers, so select a convenient location for running the half-inch drainage tube. Before you connect the tubing to the drain fitting on the bottom of the unit, slip the supplied half-inch hose clamp over the tubing. Push the tubing over the fitting and secure it in place with the hose clamp. Take care that the drain tubing does not kink or come into contact with sharp edges or hot surfaces. This unit is equipped with a 120 volt to 24 volt plug-in transformer to make the installation easy. Locate a convenient unswitched 120 volt outlet. Do not plug in the transformer until the installation is complete. The Model 5000 humidifier comes with a mechanical humidistat. The humidistat can be either duct or wall mounted. Duct mounting is the easiest installation. A wall mount provides more convenient control of the humidifier, however a central location must be chosen and low voltage wire, which is not supplied with the unit, must be fed through the walls. The humidistat is packaged at the factory ready for wall mounting. Refer to the appropriate section in the manual to convert the humidistat for duct mounting. Select a convenient location to mount the humidistat on the return duct. When duct mounting, the humidistat must be located on the return duct about 6 inches upstream from the humidifier bypass tube. The unit comes with an easy-to-follow humidistat mounting template. This template is for duct mounting the humidistat only. Use adhesive tape to affix the template onto the duct in the selected location. Drill 4 marked 5/64 inch holes on the template. Drill a 3/8 inch hole inside the rectangle marked humidistat cutout. Using the 3/8 inch hole drilled earlier as a starting point, cut out the humidistat cutout area on the template using tin snips. Locate the humidifier terminal panel on the side of the humidifier cabinet behind the bypass tube. Connect the two ends of the transformer lead wires to the humidifier terminals labeled 24 volt AC in. Run the transformer lead wires from the humidifier to the center of the hole created earlier. Note the length of the wire from the humidifier to this point and add approximately 2 more inches to this length. At this point on the wire, carefully cut the insulation between the two conductors and separate them approximately 3 inches. Cut one of the conductors and strip approximately 3/4 of an inch of insulation from both ends. From the humidistat assembly included with your unit, remove the humidistat and gently pull off the knob and label, and remove the humidistat cover. Remove the humidistat control from the base plate by undoing the 2 screws holding it in place. In the duct mounting application, the base plate is used as the front cover. Reattach the humidistat control to the base plate. Using the two 90-degree terminals included with the humidistat kit, attach the two stripped wire ends of the transformer leads that you cut earlier to the humidistat terminals. Mount the humidistat assembly into the duct cutout and secure in place with the 4 screws provided. Remove the paper backing from the humidistat label and apply onto the face of the base plate. Install the knob onto the humidistat control shaft. Use the insulated staples included with your installation package to secure any loose wiring. The humidistat is shipped ready for wall mounting. Refer to the manual for detailed instructions on how to wall mount your humidistat. Your Model 6000 humidifier is equipped with a digital humidistat built into the humidifier itself. This humidistat monitors the air within the main return duct of your home. It cannot be remotely mounted in a separate room. Locate the humidifier terminal panel on the side of the humidifier cabinet, behind the bypass tube. Connect the two ends of the red wires extending from the side of the humidifier cabinet to the two free terminals on the terminal block labeled 24-volt AC in. Locate the two black wires extending from the side of the humidifier cabinet. Connect the ends of these wires to the stripped ends of the transformer lead wires. Use the insulated staples included in your installation package to secure any loose wiring. Make sure that all water connections are secure and do not leak. Also, ensure that all components are secure and installed correctly. Plug the 24-volt transformer into the wall outlet. Install the humidifier cover and secure in place using the cover screw. Turn the furnace back on. For Model 6000 humidifiers, press the power button on top of the humidifier. The green LED light on the left side of the display panel will indicate the humidifier is ready. Set the humidistat to the desired humidity level. Model 5000 humidifiers will be ready for operation as soon as the transformer is plugged in. Set the humidistat to the desired humidity level. Your flow-through humidifier is now installed and will begin humidifying your home with the next furnace cycle. The bypass damper can be used to regulate bypass airflow. Sometimes there can be a static pressure differential that may cause an excess of air to flow through the bypass tube, causing less airflow through the distant heat outlets in the house. It may also blow water off the evaporator pad. In either case, the air damper installed with the bypass collar should be gradually closed until the condition is corrected. To close the damper, loosen the top screw and lift up on the damper and turn closed to the desired position. Damper adjustment is another way of adjusting the amount of humidity being added to the house. That is, the less air bypassed, the less humidity added. For further information on humidifier operation, maintenance, and troubleshooting, refer to the installation manual. Keep this manual safe. It contains the unit's warranty and valuable information to ensure your new flow-through humidifier operates effectively for years to come.